So I spoke to Carlos because I got to watch you work every day. I see you in spring training and the things you do. And I kind of felt like, being on the other side of town, we didn't get to see what Mendy did. And people don't realize, like the Ron Washingtons of the day, the guys that become managers do what you do day in and day out, and that's how they become managers. Have you ever given thought about, further down the road being a manager in this league?
No, not really, man. I tell you what, I'm a guy from the Bahamas, and the first person ever from the Bahamas to be able to be in this position just to coach. And so I just got to stay with my feet at, and I just really try to find ways to impact the guys every single day and find ways to help us win. If those opportunities present itself, I think you have to consider and walk that road. But I just haven't. I haven't gotten that far ahead.
I mean, watching you, your attention to detail, whether it be last year working with Brandon on base stealing, this year with the TV monitors out in spring training, working on breaks, the fly ball drills and routes for the outfielders. Do you storyboard all that stuff beforehand, before you got down to spring training?
I wish I could say yes, but no. Usually it's just being creative, right? And I think the best thing I can do as an instructor or a teacher is listen to the student. And so I have somewhat of a plan, but I think I allow the players to let me know exactly what we need. And I think you have to have flexibility in creating those things and understand how to help them. And so for me, it's paying a lot of attention to their needs and how we can get them to improve.
Who was that guy for you? You mentioned coming from the Bahamas, so not exactly a baseball hotbed, but then your minor league grind, your time with the Yankees. Who was that guy for you that you kind of model your coaching after?
Oh wow! You know what? I had two managers in the minor leagues that meant a lot to me. A man named Len Sakata. He was my high A manager with the San Francisco Giants, and a Triple A manager named Gene Glenn when I played with the Twins. And those are two managers I just always remember how much they cared about me on and off the field. And so for me, it was just super important to always remember that you got a human being, and then we also got somebody that's playing between the lines, and you got to really nurture both of those things and show both things equally as much love. And you could probably get the best of a person.
It's interesting you say that because watching you work in spring training, I went out of my way afterwards. I went to write a piece on you, and I asked each guy what they meant to you, and they all mentioned that everyone knows Francisco Lindor always has a smile on his face, but they said the same thing about you, and they kind of said they all feed off of you. Where does that perpetual smile come from?
I just think from a place of gratitude, right? I think I'm very fortunate to get to be able to do something that I love. And I think about a lot of people that came before me. I think about my grandparents and how much they sacrificed, and my mom, and all they've instilled in me. And so I just think it's just gratitude, right? And I think daily trying to show up with that gratitude and understand I get an opportunity to impact people's lives, and I take that seriously.
Lastly, so I'm not sure if it's a combination of you and the players, or because of the mix of the players, they're so adaptable to what you put out. I mean, this seems like a special group in that locker room, and they all seem to feed off of your vibe. How much do you feed off of that vibe coming back to you?
100. I think all of it, right? I feel those guys set the tone, man. I think I genuinely care about them, and when they show up every single day and they have that hunger to want to learn and want to get better, it just inspires me to want to be prepared and be ready for them. And so I think every day I come in, I'm thinking about how I can help them, but a lot of it's because they have that hunger and that desire to be great.